Deny it all you want. Parents never accept it. But the truth still stands that in every family, there's that one kid that is loved more than every other child. My name is Godlove Rafa, and today I'll be talking about favorite kids. How this syndrome of favorite kids and favoritism, how does it destabilize a family, and what is the solution? How can we fix it? This will be the stuff we'll be talking about today. Get yourself settled down because it's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be a bumpy ride because some of you are parents and you have favorite kids and you don't want to accept it. Some of you are the favorite kids, just spoiled brats. Some of you are the ones that have been discriminated upon, and nobody has ever come up to say it openly and say, yeah, they're favorite kids and yeah, there can be a solution. So that's my job today. Now, the first thing I like us to talk about is how do parents even form this favoritism between children? And how is a favoritism seen? I'll begin with how the bonds are formed. Sometimes a parent might be looking for a male child and they have a lot of female children. You know how they say there's a law in economics that when you eat a lot, you get to disutility, you get too satisfied. It's the same thing with you have too many female children, you don't value the joy of having a child anymore. You're just like, it's another girl, it's another girl. And then a male child comes. The parent now looks at this child like a scarce commodity because they don't have any male child, and so they value this one and they pamper this one and they give this one everything. And it's visible because in most families we see it and we know it and nobody talks about it. And the parents say, no, I treat everybody the same way. Lies, big lies, because children are smart. Children notice when things are wrong. So that's the first reason why parents love one child and don't really love another child. The next reason might be that apart from the fact that the child, is a scarce commodity because they don't have that particular sex of child, and another reason might be that the parents see themselves in the child. When a child resembles a parent a lot, they feel like they can live vicariously. Vicariously means that you see yourself in another person, or you can live your life through them. They're like, oh, this child is bubbly and happy like me, and your child talks a lot like me. The child looks like my real photocopy. That too can make a parent form a closer bond with a child. Okay, another reason can be that a parent looks at a child, a particular child, like the source of their hope. You look at the child is intelligent, and intelligent children from young ages because they talk smart, they act smart, they're just bright. You look at them, you're like, okay, this might be like the source of my hope and the person that will give me joy in my old age. And so they put their hope in these children, and at the end of the day, they treat the child with preferential treatment, forgetting to understand that nobody knows tomorrow and you don't know the future of a child. You don't know which one is going to become which one. So the job of a parent indeed is not to determine in their heart which is going to be better and which is not going to be better, but it's to raise every child in a way that they can stand independently on their own and that they can be useful to themselves and also to society and people around them. That's the role of a parent. The role of a parent is not to determine the career path of a child. The role of a parent is not to say what you want your child to be, and I want my child to be a doctor, and I want this one to be a military man, and I want this one to be... It's not your role. Every child is born with their destiny and their own life path. Your role now becomes to train them with core moral values of honesty and integrity and hard work and discipline and loyalty and all of these core moral values, so that irrespective of which line of duty, which career path they find themselves, they will have the tools needed to make them useful to themselves first and then to society and people around them. That's the role of a parent. The question now is how does this favoritism manifest? It manifests in many ways, but some of the ways are these: that the parent makes a lot of time for a particular child. And so the parent makes a lot of time for this one, listens to them and takes it, but another child comes and like, I'm tired, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But when that particular child comes around you, even if you're tired, you're going to explain, you're going to be nice, you're going to come close to them. other children notice and they feel bad about it. They feel bad about it. They feel really, really bad about it. Another way you can see favoritism among siblings, and you know that this one is daddy's favorite child or mommy's favorite child, is that the parents invest more into this particular child. They will do their best to send this child to the best schools. They will do their best to give this child the best thing that the child can ever have. They will do their best. When it comes to this particular child, they go the extra mile, and you see it, it's obvious. Some parents always deny this and they say, I treat everybody equally. But most of the times, they treat everybody equally for the sake of that particular child. Let me give you a concrete example. And so they buy this child a luxury shoe, and the child has other brothers or other sisters that wanted the same luxury, say luxury school bag, and the parent goes out of their way to buy 2 more luxury school bags just to make sure that everybody has the same thing that this particular child has. The other children know that you bought it just because you wanted to appease them because of your favorite child. It's a shame, but children know it. What I'm saying is nothing new. It's just that people don't talk about it. Everybody know. If you ask everybody, meet anybody on the road and ask them, your father has a favorite child. Yeah. Who is the favorite child? They know the child. Every family knows it. But they don't really talk about it openly. So it's something that should be avoided. We need to understand as parents that children have different life paths, and you're not the one to determine who is better and who is going to be bad and who is going to be good. I personally grew up very effeminate. Feminine boys are boys that act and talk like girls. My mother was very encouraging. She would give me the best thing. She would push me in front. She would want to give me anything I want. She would, she did not discriminate. She would do everything. And you never know who is going to become the best child or who is not going to become the best child. Who is going to be successful or who is going to be a failure. You have to contribute equally into the lives of children, understanding that God is the giver and God is the person that navigates people's lives, and that people can turn up to be different. And the child that you think that is the most handsome and is the most cute and might end up just to be a rogue, might end up just to be the one that brings tears to your life, might end up being just the one that doesn't contribute anything valuable into society. So you need to be careful. What then is a solution for parents not to have favoritism among their children? How do we go about this? And how do we help children that feel like they've been discriminated upon by their own parents? How do we go about helping them? As a parent, you need to understand that children have different needs, physical needs and emotional needs and just every kind of need. You need to meet a child at the point of their individual need. I'll give an example. For me, I was a child in our family where I was very emotional, and I was the one who was always attached. I didn't want to see anybody hurt. I always wanted to be close and, very emotional, and I want to see things done properly and things like that. So that kind of child needs more attention. Unlike another child who doesn't really care about the emotional side and they just want mommy to buy them something or daddy to buy them something and they're happy with daddy. So if you give an emotional child a gift, they will still feel discriminated upon because what they need is emotions and attention and all of that. So as a parent, it becomes your responsibility now to hustle and juggle to figure out the different needs of your children. And this one needs more attention, and this one doesn't like when they shout at them, and this one needs that you tread carefully around them because they're emotionally sensitive. So it becomes the role of a parent now to train children up to be morally upright and also to figure out what are the needs of a child, because sometimes, and we always say that parents deny it. Let me just flip this script and tell you another side of the story. Parents deny it because to them, they don't see discrimination. They're like, I do everything for you equally and I do everything, but a majority of the time is that they don't meet you at the point of your own need. They carry the need of another person and they feel that they can put it on you and it's not your need. You need attention, you need to be heard, you need for someone to listen to you and give you time and affection and all of that. Your sibling might just need a gift. And our children like that, they just want a gift from daddy, and daddy gives them the gift, and they know that daddy is the best daddy on earth. Mommy gives them something, they know that mommy is the best mommy on earth. They don't care whether you listen to their emotional problems or whatever. So children have different needs. You need to cater for those needs. Else, they'll keep saying that you're an unfair parent. and that you discriminate among others. All of that said, if you feel discriminated upon, I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm apologizing on behalf of your parents, and that you should learn to forgive and to understand that parents, it's difficult being a parent. There's no handbook that teaches you how to become a parent. And every child that you give birth to comes with its own different complications and attitudes and craziness, that as a parent you need to always be adjusting and adjusting and adjusting. And when you have like bills to pay, clothes to put on children's bodies, and warm food for them to eat and things like that, when you have a lot of things in your mind, it becomes difficult for you to be able to juggle everything at the same time. So please give your parents a break and just forgive them, because I'm apologizing on their behalf. Okay? And if you felt discriminated upon, just forgive them and try to do things differently, starting from your own children and starting even from your own siblings, and just try to be fair with everybody and try to meet people at their points of individual needs. There's no need for us holding grudges. There's no need for us holding bitterness in our hearts, because I'm telling you the truth, until you become a parent, you never know what parents are going through. So put yourself together and forgive, so that you can see the love that is being splashed everywhere around you. My name is Rafa Godlove. I hope that you've learned something. I'll see you next time, but until then, ciao.